I'm Basia Sokolowska, and I'm taking you through my creative alphabet. Today is B for biography. I've lived for many years and have been to many places and have done many things, and all this can be arranged in a chronological order as it usually is, and this is fine as well, but this is not what interests me most. I like my biography as a creative resource. I use certain events or certain themes from my life to play with and come up with different ways of reconfiguring certain things. They are not very serious. They are not exhibitable. Well, most of them, have never been exhibitable and probably never will. But I'm not making them for that purpose. I'm making them for myself, just as a kind of a form of a game, or trying to see certain things or tell the stories of my life in a rather indirect but interesting for me way. I have two projects I'd like to share with you today. One is the map of the first half of my life, which I made when I was 36. For some reason, I thought that was the first half. I was very interested in Tibetan Buddhism at that point, so I had this idea of making a map of my life in the form of a mandala. And I spent quite a few months coming up with, I had to go through a lot of kind of my diaries and journals and photographs from my childhood to sort them into groups and types of events, which then became different colors on the map. And I did that. Once I had that done, I made that sketch, and on that basis I made a big map, which is like 150 by 150 centimeters big. I did it on the floor in the same way Tibetan monks make a mandala, and it was quite a good project to do. It was like, you know, really being part of the process, being in the process, being on the floor, and working in a horizontal plane in a large kind of area, large piece of paper, is quite a different experience from either taking photographs or drawings. So that was quite a new thing for me to do, and quite enjoyable, quite work consuming too. Well, I've never exhibited the map. It's somewhere in my storeroom. Perhaps I will one day, but that's kind of, as I said, not the point. Another biography related project that I did was is the tower. It's a photograph and a book of black and white photographs. It's like a photo story. And this is the tower. It's a pinhole camera image. Why the tower? Well, Basia is a diminutive form of Barbara, and so my patron saint Barbara was jailed in a tower by her father because she didn't want to marry. But that's not the reason. Is not important. What's important is that she has been represented in European art with a small model of tower as her emblem in paintings and sculptures. So St. Barbara is always visually associated with a tower. And I use that motif of her iconography to make a story, to actually focus on a particular set of circumstances in my life, where I felt trapped, because that's what St. Barbara kind of, that's what happened to her. And I think that there were a few situations in my life, like in everyone else's, when you feel that you've kind of outgrown the situation in which you are and you need to move on, but you are holding back for some reason. Sometimes it's the circumstances that won't allow you to move on, sometimes it's on your own decision. The tower deals with that. It's actually a story of being locked in a tower where you see the interior of the tower, and then you're actually released from the tower, which never happened to St. Barbara, but it usually happened to me when I was in trouble. These are, as I said, the two projects that I wanted to share, and there are many more, but I think that what really is valuable about biography for me as an artist is the ability to reconfigure it, or parts of it, or some aspects of it, in a creative way. And in that way, perhaps deal with certain situations, certain issues, see them in perspective, or just enjoy being with them.